Good morning, Kingsley community. Pastor Colleen Wehrman here, coming to you with another daily devotion for, here's my beaner. Yeah, hello. For Wednesday morning, March 9th. Come here, be in the camera. Come here, 2022. Come here, you want to say happy spring? Well, come up here. Come here. Oh, there's it. Oh. He's such a big beast. Oh. You're a big beast. Get out of here. Come here. Come here, baby. Come on up. Now, don't be such a big beast. Come on. Come on. Oh, there he is. Oh. Bean says, happy spring today. Set your clocks back. Saturday. He's a beast. Okay. All right, go away. Go lay down. So this is day 4, and it is from Peace to You, Daily Bread, Psalm 4, verses 1 through 8. Answer me when I call to you, my righteous God. I'm assuming this is David. Give me relief from my distress. Have mercy on me and hear my prayer. How long will your people turn my glory into shame? How long will you love delusions and seek false gods? Know that the Lord has set apart his faithful servant for himself. The Lord hears when I call to him. Tremble and do not fear. When you are on your beds, search your heart and be silent. Offer the sacrifices of the righteous and trust in the Lord. Many, Lord, are asking, who will bring us prosperity? Let the light of your face shine on us. Fill my heart with joy when their grain and new wine abound. In peace I will lie down and sleep. For you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. Okay, so that was Psalm 4, verses 1 through 8. They're going to focus on verse 8. In peace I will lie down and sleep. For you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. So this is from Tim Gustafson. He writes, after Ambrosia, AD 340 to 397, became Bishop of Milan, he introduced a new kind of music to the church that borrowed from Eastern styles. Some folks didn't approve of this radical development, but the new form took hold. Several of Ambrosia's hymns survive to this day. A translation of one of them, Before the Ending of the Day, says, from all ill dreams defend our eyes, from nightly fears and fantasies. He writes, such things threaten the rest God intends for us. So Ambrosia's hymn appeals to God to protect us even while we sleep. In Psalm 4, King David addresses the concept of sleep in spite of the fears. It may have been while fleeing for his life that David cried out to God, give me relief from my distress, verse 1. After this deeply personal plea, David turned from himself and toward his hearers. When you are on your beds, search your hearts and be silent, he urged, verse 4. Doing so places the focus on God and not on our fears, which naturally led to David's conclusion, in peace I will lie down and sleep, for you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety, verse 8. These ancient songs, David's and Ambrosia's, uplift the peace-giving response to whatever threatens us. Before the ending of the day, share your concerns and fears with God. We can leave them all with him. So right before you go to bed is a good time to pray as well. It's a good time to pray all the time. You can pray while you're driving. Keep your eyes open. So this is King David praying that even in his sleep he can't get rest because he's so afraid. So what he does is he turns to God while he's laying there wide awake at 3 in the morning. I know some of us are up at 3 in the morning. One time I kept waking up at 3:16, and I thought, John 3:16, should I recite that prayer? A lot of times when I wake up, it's because I'm overstressed or thinking about too many things or worrying about too many things. So when I wake up, I say, Lord, who do you want me to pray for? And then usually someone pops in my head, and then I pray for them. Or maybe somebody doesn't pop in my head, so I just pray for, sleep and rest and, give God my worry. So what threatens your sleep? Too much coffee at 7 o'clock at night? How can you give your worries to God at the end of the day? So if you have a tendency to worry, which is a sin, by the way, because it just means we don't trust God. What can we do to give those worries to God? Sometimes when I was younger, I was so stressed at work because I, was working 60 hours a week. I still work 60 hours a week for half the pay. Whatever. God's funny, isn't he? So what do you have a tendency to worry about? Write it down. I would get a piece of paper and I'd write it down. And That way I could give that worry to God. I'm going to say, God, I'm going to give you this worry about, that job I'm really trying for. I applied for it. I would like to hear a response. And I pray that it is the job that you have for me. And if not, I'll look for you to get me another job, because God will always provide. That's what his word says. The Good Shepherd always provides. Sometimes he wants to lead us down still waters. Sometimes he wants to lead us down paths of righteousness. Sometimes he wants to lead us down green grass. So he knows time for us to rest and when that is. So God will do whatever he needs to do, just like a good shepherd, to get us to lie down and rest. And so when you're lying down and resting and you wake up because you're worrying, write those worries to Jesus. Write them down on a piece of paper. And then pray. Pray for someone, pray for sleep, because we need our rest. We can't really be good for God if we're not well rested. And I know a lot of people struggle with rest and sleep. If they get 6 hours of sleep, that's a good night for them, or 5. And some people can live on that. I know people that, one of my husband's friends, he used to work the night shift. So if he gets 5 hours of sleep, he's doing really good. Me, I am not pretty unless I get 8 hours of sleep. I can work with 7, but anything less than that, You know how some people get hangry? I get tiredry. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, and a lot of times it's my own fault. I'll wake up and sometimes I'll be awake for an hour. So instead of flipping on Facebook at 3 a.m, which I see other people on Facebook, I should just pray and write down my thoughts and then hopefully be able to go to sleep. And if not, just know that you're resting in God. And I love this where one little kid said to one of my mentors, Pastor Shar, when I go to pray at night, I fall asleep. I feel so bad. And she goes, well, wouldn't you rather fall asleep in the arms of God praying? I'm like, yeah, that's good. That's good. So we need our rest so that we can continue to be strong in the Lord. And I read this morning, from Romans, was it 8? Paul says, give your bodies to the Lord. They're a holy and living sacrifice. So, and then it says, and then you will know the will of God. So if you really want to know what God has planned for you because you're worried about it, I would say treat your body as a holy temple. And one of those ways to do that is to get rest, because the body was made to sleep. Not all day long, folks. Body was also made to work. So work, rest. So, if you're not getting enough sleep, or if you're waking up in the middle of the night, and sometimes that happens as we get older because we take naps, and, I don't take naps, but I'm looking forward to the day where I can take a nap at 3 p.m. That'll be so good. And then we're up. Write down your prayers. Have a conversation with God. Get the worry off your head. And even if a little one wakes you up and they're screaming and crying, obviously you need to pray to God that this kid will go to bed. But even if they don't, they eventually will. And then ask God to give you as much rest as he can within the hours that you are given. Because a lot of times single moms got to get up and go to work. It's the way it is. So I pray for those single moms today and single dads. And it says, give your worries to the Lord at the end of the day, just like King David did. He started out with distress. He talked about, please God, hear my prayer. I can't even get any rest because I'm so worried about this. And then he moves on saying, when you're on your beds, search your hearts and be silent. Pray to God. And search your heart means write that stuff down if you need to physically get it off your mind. Or me, I'm a visual person, so whatever I'm worried about, I write it down. Pray to God to give you a good night's rest with whatever hours, your body will allow you to rest. So, I will be on vacation tomorrow, so I'll be flying, so I won't be here to do tomorrow's devotion. But in a couple weeks, I'm going to continue with the I am statements of Jesus, and we are looking at the I am statements a little differently. We're looking at them through the lens of life, the Creator, God who gives life, Jesus who is salvation, which is life, and then the Holy Spirit, which is God in us as believers, who gives us the opportunity to prompt us to abundant life. And so we'll be looking at Jesus, the Good Shepherd. When he says, I am the Good Shepherd, we know he's talking about I am the God, the Creator. So what does that mean when Jesus says, I, the Creator, am the Good Shepherd? What does it mean when Jesus says, I am Jesus, the Good Shepherd? And what does the Holy Spirit mean when it says, I am the Good Shepherd? I'm thinking that's the way I'm going to go. I don't know. I get another week to think about it, but I really want to finish it now so I don't have to do it over my vacation. But, sometimes that happens. That's why pastors, when they take a week off, don't really get a week off. But I'll be going with my sisters, so I'm sure they will continue to provide sermon material. My older sisters. So pray for safe travel for us as we leave tomorrow, and a good time with my parents. And I will see you probably in a week. If I do pop in, it might be on the beach, and maybe I'll do a devotion there. So I'll bring this with me and continue reading it. I hope you guys do too. And then we'll move on to He Chose the Nails by Max Lucado. We'll do that as we get closer to Easter. Have a good day.